Inakuwaje watu wangu wa nguvu, mimi naitwa presenter Ali, your entertainment PA, the A's for amazing. Siku zote natia bidii kuhakikisha kwamba nakuletea stories tofauti. And of course, all the way from USA, but she is Kenyan. Amerudi kwa mara ya pili. Her name is Phyllis Njuguna. Tumekuja kupiga naye story, of course. Watu wamemuulizia sana since the last time we had a conversation with her. Wacha tumsalimie kidogo. How are you doing, Madam Phyllis?
I'm good, and I'm glad to see you again, Presenter Ali.
Yeah, good to see you. It's been a month?
Maybe 2 months.
Yeah, 2 months, yeah?
2 months, yeah.
Yeah, how is everything on your side?
Everything has been good. We're just here, Atlanta, Georgia, and trading, that's all we do.
Last time we had an interview with you, and I would really love to know how was the reception like, and of course, because I saw on the comments some people are really interested, so maybe you can let me know how it went.
Yes, so the results was very good, overwhelming, but most people, maybe they didn't listen to the whole interview because most people thought that I was a Forex trader. So most of them were like, teach us Forex, we'd like to learn Forex. I had a lot of comments, on my phone messages, but most of them wanted Forex, which I really said clearly that I was not trading Forex. But yeah, I had like many people interested.
Okay, that's good. And maybe you can highlight to us in your program that you are having, how many people probably have benefited from it?
From the last interview, I was just open to people in the US and maybe Canada only. So I had a lot of maybe over 30 people, 40 people maybe joined me after that, and we are still in the group trading with them. But I also had Kenyans who kept on pushing me, and they kept on pushing me. They were very interested in knowing how to trade stocks options. So, they pushed me so much until I had to look for a broker, because that was I really never cared to know which broker we could use. So we found a broker, and I just trained them just to see like if that thing can work with Kenyans. So yeah.
Okay, and maybe you can highlight this. Since our last talk, you told us about your system that you use, to detect signals so that you can be able to trade. Has there been any improvements on your system, or how is it going on so far?
A system will never be 100% perfect. A system is something that you keep on changing and developing and making it better and better. And most of the time, we like feedback. So I really push for feedback from my members, because that's how we adjust the system. So you can never the system is something that you always improve. Every time it becomes better and better. So yes, we've made some changes according to what we thought was good for our members.
Okay. And now, have you started training Kenyans yet?
Yes. So as I said, in the last interview, I was very firm that this is not for Kenyans and all that. But we had those Kenyans on my inbox. They really pushed me, and I looked for a broker, an international broker, and we started. It's kind of like a pilot program with them. We did the training about 3 weeks, and right now they're trading with me.
Wow, interesting. One of the things that you mentioned last time that is key to every trader is risk management. I want to know, how do you approach risk management when training complete beginners?
Yeah, that's a factor that we really put weight on, because it doesn't matter how profitable a system is if you don't have a good risk management. So that is number one. We start approaching, and anytime you are trading, you're supposed to look at it from the point of risk. What if I lose? What if I lose? So how much are you willing to lose? So, forget about how much you can make or how much you can gain, because your main aim is to protect your capital. You don't want to lose your capital. Maybe this is the only money that you have. So anytime you're taking a trade, I usually tell my members, Ask yourself, how much am I willing to lose? Because remember, trading is investing, and there is no kind of investing that's 100%. Even when you are planting, you have to factor in a possibility of what if some plants die, something like that. So you must know, must have an idea of like, what if I lose? How much loss am I willing to take? So like for us, we take 20% loss, that's it. If we lose 20%, we exit, and then we try to look for other better trades.
Interesting. But maybe you can also highlight how do you handle a losing streak, and how do you teach others to do the same? Because sometimes people normally say that psychology, trading psychology is key when it comes to trading.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe how do you on your side handle it when you have like a few days or a few trades that you're losing, and how would you also advise someone on the same?
For us, we are 80% day traders. So we don't really hold on to stocks because the overnight risk, you don't know what will happen overnight, whether there'll be news and all that. So 80% we are day traders, meaning we get in and out of the market. And then the rest of it, we are what we call swing traders. So that's where we can sleep with the trades. So as again, I said 20%, I encourage them to take the loss, because maybe I mentioned this on the interview, but for me, I usually equate losing on when you are getting away. For example, you want to go to Mombasa and you find yourself, you are in, I hope I'm getting my directions. You find yourself on the opposite direction going to Eldoret.
Yes.
So you've gone already 30 minutes and you realize that no, you are lost. You are going to the opposite direction. What's the easiest way? Is it to continue going, or is it to exit and find your way out? So it's the same thing, because remember, stocks move on support and resistance levels. And most of the time, once they lose the support that they have, they can really go down. So don't think that stock is coming back. Have your rule. If it's 30%, if you lose that, exit and look for something else. And sometimes you'll find something that will give you 100% profit. So stop holding on to losing trades. Exit losing trades and then look for another trade that can make you some better money.
Okay, you had actually highlighted the fact that you are not doing forex, you are doing options, and probably there's someone who's watching and they are kind of confused. Maybe you can highlight, and tell us what options trading really is and how it differs from forex trading.
Options trading, so this is not binary options, this is stocks options. And when you start trading with me, you'll be accessing all the stocks traded on the New York Stock Exchange. We have about 10,000 stocks. So that's what we are trading. But within options trading, you are not really buying stocks as stocks, because something like Meta is very expensive stock. One share costs about $400 to $500. So it's very expensive for you to afford. Yes, you can afford one, but you'll not really make profit. So you need like $100,000 for you to afford a good quantity that can give you profits. So that's where options trading came in, because with very little amount, you can afford to control most of those stocks that are tradable on the New York Stock Exchange, especially the good stocks that we have like Microsoft, Meta, Tesla, NVIDIA, all those stocks. You can be able to control them with very little amount of money, like $200, $100, and be able to control them. So options are contracts that are bought on the stock market. So you don't really own these stocks. You'll not be owning Meta. It's a contract that you get in and out. And with options, you can make money either whether the stock is going up or whether the stock is going down. So it depends on what kind of options contracts you buy. We have the contracts that you buy when you're expecting the stock to go up, or when you're expecting to go down. So you will choose a day. These contracts, they have a date. So you have to choose a date. If you think they will, let's say Meta, if you believe Meta will go up in like 2 months, you'll buy contracts that expires in 2 months' time. And then when it reach that place, you have to be out of those contracts.
Okay, I understand. I now get it. And probably if you're watching this now, hauko umeelewa, I really hope that you have actually understood. But if you really need a deeper insight into this, the good news is that Phyllis right now has openings and trainings for Kenyans. Initially, she had said that it was not meant for Kenyans, but right now she has, openings for Kenyans. Please take us through what a day would look like for a training, a training day or a training session with someone who's interested in learning or in trading with you guys.
One thing that I want to be clear is I don't really train. In fact, I don't train technical analysis because that's so wide. Trading is really wide. So my training is just introduction. It's kind of introduction to show you how to use my system, because my system is, my system scans all the stocks in the New York Stock Exchange, and within a minute, it will give you a minute or half a minute, it will give you the best stock performing at that time. So my training is to first to introduce you to the broker and show you how to trade from the broker, teach you about options, because options are so a bit complicated. And as I talked about, they have expiration date, and they have something called decay. If you don't choose them well, you can lose money on options. So that is my training. So it is just an introduction training, teach you about options, how to trade them and all that. And then my system also is another thing that I have to train you on. So my training is only for 3 weeks and is not every day. It's like once or twice per week. And then after that, you'll be able to make trades when I call them out. And also from my system brings trades real time. So after that training, you can be able to do all that. But I don't teach anything about technical analysis.
Okay, I do understand that now. I do hear you. And maybe you said that you did a pilot or with a few Kenyans. Maybe how many have you trained so far, and how are they holding on? Are there any who have like consistent profits?
Yes, so we did. I did 8 Kenyans, 8 of them, and they're already trading their real money right now. So it took them about a month, and then right now they're trading their own money. So something that I'll tell you early is there is no like one trade fits all, something like that. Because number one, this system is bringing you trades. So it's not everybody who will take these trades. I've had out of them 2 or 3 people who are really doing so well, very successful. Yes, they've been having some losing days. They're managing their losses very well. Like I have one of them, the first 3 days, he had like $50 loss, $100 loss. The third day, he just kept on pushing. And then the fourth day, he doubled his account. So he's still making some losses here and there, but on a good day, he's taking advantage of the trades. And I still have others in the same group. They're really scared of losing money. So they will only take one trade and they will not trade again. They'll just be watching trades. So every time I'm like, did you take Tesla? Like on Friday, Tesla moved like 300% profit. Wow. I did like $70. It went to 350. And it was like, who got that? Who traded that? And one of them was like, oh my God, yesterday I lost $50. So I was scared to lose again. So in trading, you need to remove fear and greed. You need to remove that. So greed is another thing. I gave them a trade on Thursday. It made 100%, but one of the guy who made 300% the previous day, was waiting for 300%, and he lost all the 100% that he had made again. So that's what we call greed. So I will never tell you that these people, they have all made this money, or it depends with how are they trading.
And maybe looking at your program and the system, what results should a committed student, expect after those 3 weeks of, working with you?
So a committed student needs to have consistency. So for me, I don't really care about, yes, you doubled your account on the first day is okay, but the other days, what are you doing? I would rather you be making $50 every single day. Consistency is the key, because sometimes when you make a lot like that, and then maybe you do the same thing, and then that's the day that you'll be losing, and you not be able to kind of take your losses. So I like people who have like the same way you have like a 20% loss, you're taking a loss at a 20%. Have something like, I will take this percentage on profits. So what happens is those contracts you can buy you can buy like 10 contracts depending on how much they are sold at. So you can kind of like take 50% profit, and then the others take 80%. So like you sell 5, if you had 10, you sell 5 when you make 50%, and then you sell 3 when you make like 80%, and then you can leave 1 to just run. So you need to have something like that. Like personally, you need to come up with your own system that can work and work good for you.
Maybe since right now you are interested, in having connecting with the trading community here in Kenya, maybe what do you have a vision for that trading community, and for those people who are willing to join and try out your system?
We really have kind of like a big vision for Kenyans, because I think, if I'm not wrong, I might be the first person to introduce these stocks options. Maybe might have some 1, 2, 3 people doing that, but I've never seen anybody doing this, to Kenyans. So yeah, have a vision of so many people doing this, and like a community, have a bigger community. Personally, I have my own community here. So I really want to see people have the passion. Of those people that I've talked about, there's one who is like, he's pushing, he's really ready to move on. Because guess what? We'll need help. Because right now I'm dealing with, about 150 people. I almost can't deal with this. So it will reach a point that I need people, especially people who are in Kenya. I need people to help me and do this, but they need to learn and, do something like that. So yeah, we're looking at having a really big community. And yeah, that's one of, that will be my best joy when we reach there.
You had mentioned that your training does not focus on technical analysis. So does it only focus on the signals that your system provides, or does it also include things like psychology? Let us know.
I will just mention those like very briefly, because psychology is on its own is a big topic. So on the training, I will just kind of like mention them very briefly. But guys, technical analysis is the same. The people doing Forex, if you are really good at technical analysis, is the same that we use. And, we can even have people to partner with us to train like technical analysis. If you are really good on that, contact me. Because the reason why I'm not doing these trainings is because it's too much for me. I can't do all that. It's just me and my partner, and we are kind of like building these systems and concentrating on building the systems and all that. And also these trainings for the new people. So like I only take 12 people and I close the group. And then you have to wait for a month, and then I'll start another group. And I have to focus on these people so that they understand and move, so that I take others. So if you think you are really good in technical analysis, even if it's on Forex, is the same thing that we use.
So maybe for someone ambaye hakuona the last interview that we did, you can highlight to us and tell us, how does this system really work? How does it detect, buys and sells, and how does it also relate to the viewer or the user when to buy and when to sell?
For the people who did not watch our previous interview, you can do that. You can go back and watch, but I'll still talk about the system. So the system is based on a lot of technical analysis that we did, back testing each of them. And as I said on the previous interview, most of those uh, technical analysis that we are using, we were back testing them. And it's not, it takes time and all that. So you'll take, you viewers, whatever, if you are a trader and you are good in whatever technical analysis it is. Last time I used an example of VWAP, for example. So you look at a day where, even if you're doing Forex, you look at a day where gold really performed so well. And then you go back to your charts and you look at whether it's a 5 minutes or a 15 minutes time frame, and you have to be consistent on the time frame that you're using. And then look at how that trade sat on VWAP. And then go and do for others and others. So like for us, that's what we did. So we have about maybe 12 different technical analysis on those. Some of those are they're late, they're late, but we also have some real-time things like volume. Like for us options, we look at the volume of the stock that's coming in, and at the same time we'll also look at the options volume that's coming in. So the options volume, we look at the it's called the calls. The calls are the options volumes that are coming in when a stock is going up, or the puts volume when the stock is going down. It will look at that. So within, it will do that. This is programmed. My partner is a programmer. It will look at that, and within a minute, it will bring like the best stock. So it will be upon you to take the trade, and then to decide when to take your profit or your loss. But at the same time, there's some trades that I give, like every day, every morning, I trade live. I give you trades live. So we'll do, for example, we trade QQQ, which is an index fund that tracks the NASDAQ. So that one, I call it out every day. So per day, I will give you like 2 or 3 trades, but at the same time, you can get other trades from my system. So for you to access my system, you have to belong to my Discord community, which we pay $100 per month. And then, as I said, you can't use my system. You can't trade if you don't know how to trade. So yes, you can learn by yourself on YouTube, but it might take you time. Be ready for, maybe 5-6 months, but that's what I charge. So if you want to do that in 3-4 weeks, for you to be trading, I charge $500. So it will be $500 for that introductory training, and then $100 for the Discord community, which is a monthly subscription fee for you to belong to my community.
Okay.
With others, yeah, I have now over, I said 100 or 150 somewhere there, people who are there. And again, this is now offered for everybody in the whole, almost everywhere, even people from Qatar and all that. You can use the system to trade. You can use the international broker, not like last time where I never had a broker.
And maybe what are some of the benefits of being in your Discord channel? Maybe probably other than getting the signals that you'll be sending, are there any other advantages or privileges that someone who's in the Discord channel can actually get?
Yes, so trading on my Discord channel, for me, my system is like a GPS. It's like a GPS. You know where you're going, because remember, we are dealing with over 10,000 stocks. So number one, you're trading with a professional trader, not professional as such, but an experienced. Yeah, let me use the word experience. Been trading options for 13 years. So you're trading with an experienced trader. And my community also has some experienced traders. I've had people with me who have traded with me for more than 3 years. So they're also now getting to be experienced. So when you're trading on my community, you're interacting with others like-minded individual. So that is one. And also I come live, so I'll give these trades live. I will discuss the market from pre-market, from what happened from the night time, if we had any news and all that. And now, yeah, those are some of the, the advantages of trading. For me, it's just like driving with a GPS rather than driving with like you're almost blindsided.
And now, for someone who wants to reach out to you, for someone who wants, to join the Discord community, what are the ways of reaching out to you? Do you have a phone number? And maybe do you have a link that you're going to share with me that I can share with them?
Yes, and from the previous video, I remember we had people who said that we've never seen you, we've never, all that.
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm not all that out loud and all that. And I was focusing on building the system and all that, but I don't have like a YouTube channel I don't think I have that time to be going there to educate and all that. But if you look at my Facebook, Phyllis Njuguna, you'll see me from like 6, 7 years ago talking about trading. So Phyllis Njuguna, that's my YouTube. For my direct contact, we'll leave the number down there. That's a business number. It's not my personal number. And I prefer just write a message on WhatsApp. I might take some, 1, 2, 3 days before I respond to you, but I will respond to each and every one of you. Yeah. So yeah, we'll leave a number there. And something else that I forgot to mention, I had my trip this June. Something came up, we had to cancel, but we'll be coming in December, and we'll have a huge training camp, something like that. And I hope by then I'll be having my people from Kenya already, already traders. We do this options trading, guys. You can now trade from the New York Stock Exchange market. You can access over 10,000 stocks. And also, the final thing, after you pay for this training and all that, how much do you need in your account to trade?
Yes.
So I prefer at least $1,000. I prefer at least $1,000 because, yeah, we try to put at least 10% on a trade. It's not recommended. In fact, it's recommended for you to trade with 2%. But put 2%, you'll not really make anything. So we put at least 10%. So this $1,000, you'll not use all of it. But is to just, if you put 10% on a trade, that way you have enough room that even if this trade goes down and you lose $30, you still have some money to come back and try another trade. So the people that I trained, they started with $1,000. As I said, one of them is about 1,600 by now. It's just 2 weeks. So if he can continue doing what he's doing, then yeah.
That's good. And thank you so much, Phyllis, for coming once again. Watu wamekuwa wakiuliza Phyllis anakuja Kenya June ama kulienda aje, but she's actually let you guys know that she's kind of postponed it kidogo because of a few issues, and December tutakuwa tunamtarajia. So if you're a Kenyan, make sure December utakuwa around. Pia watu wa diaspora, najua hiyo time mnakuaga around. You guys can come, and anyone who is in the trading community, you can actually join Phyllis. Niko sure pia mimi nitaalikwa, so I'll be glad to see you guys there. So you've actually clearly heard that the trainings are going on for $100 monthly for the Discord channel, and then 500 you mentioned, that is for the training. Yes. And you need at least $1,000 to actually start this. So if you're ready, the number is actually in the description. I've also pinned it in the comment section, so please just drop a text. No mwambie umetumwa na presenter Ali, asishangae umetoka wapi. So thank you so much Phyllis, once more. And of course pia ametaja akasema if you didn't watch the previous video na unashangaa pia tunazungumza na nani, please go watch, so that once you come back to watch this second version of it, you can actually understand what we are talking about. They've built a system that has been working for, you said, how many years? 8?
So the total number of years I've traded is 13 years, but the system is about 5 years old.
Yes.
Yeah.
They built a system that has been working for 5 years, and it helps people. Kama hauna time, many people do not have, they have the money, but they do not have the time to sit down, start analyzing the market, and they want to invest in trading. I think this would be the perfect person to talk to. So please do call her. No mwambie umetumwa na presenter Ali. Thank you so much once more, Phyllis. I really appreciate your time, because we are all about empowering Kenyans. We are all about, empowering the young people out there to, diversify their sources of income. So when I got a call from you, I was excited, and I knew this is a huge opportunity for any Kenyan, young and old. If you feel like you want to diversify, your income, source of income, or you need a new source of income, please do reach out to Phyllis. And once more, niseme asante sana. Thank you also so much, guys, for watching the video. Kama umetazama mpaka mwisho, that means you are really hooked. So thank you so much. Phyllis, maneno yako ya mwisho?
Maneno yangu ya mwisho ni my Kiswahili, it's not as perfect as yours, but
Okay.
Kiswahili naongea, melelewa Eldoret, so Kiswahili naongea vizuri.
Yeah.
But it's just to encourage people, especially Kenyans right now. We have, people graduating and they pay millions, some of them, to these, what are they called, parallel programs and all that. So we're just trying to, and sometimes after doing that, you still don't get a job. But this is an opportunity that you can access the international market, just at the comfort of your home. And guys, you can start even thinking outside the box of how we can kind of work together, partner with us and all that. On the previous video that I took in 3 people who kept like really pushing on me, and I'm trying right now mentoring them, because of the passion. Because with trading, if you don't have passion, you'll never succeed. So you have to have the passion. So that is that. And for people who kind of don't really believe is okay, this is not for everyone. But if you think that, some people, I had somebody who contacted me, they wanted mtoto wao ako form 1, walitaka nimfundishe. Like they want to put this thing on kids when they were like really young so that they can just grow with it. So that is still good, So yeah, that's it. And thank you guys for watching, and thank you Presenter Ali too.
Karibu sana. Mimi naitwa Presenter Ali, your entertainment PA. Tumekuwa tukizungumza na Madam Phyllis Njuguna. She is Kenyan, but all the way from the United States of America. Mimi naitwa Presenter Ali. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you.